In my previous video I managed to screw up this screw-on screw chuck when I started to turn down the outside of a plum tree bowl blank. The force of the impact and my stupidity with a pair of pliers really fucked up the taper and bent things out of shape. Because I need to turn down another bowl blank, I'm going to try and see if I can fix this thing up a little bit. Probably a waste of time, but it would be really cool if I could pull it off. As you can see, there is a significant bend and lots of surface damage. I'm trying to clean up the taper as good as possible because I want to use this old adapter sleeve to mount the chuck into my lathe. That should be possible if the first part of the taper isn't bent. The old sleeve also needs a bit of a clean up, but that's easier to do on the lathe. Cutting off the tang so I can use a drawbar to fix the screw chuck in place. Reaming the inside of the sleeve. The sleeve needs to be shortened, so the bend in the chuck will be on the outside. Hooray! First chips of the day. Let's speed this up a bit. You probably have better things to do. Doesn't feel quite right. Better make it a bit shorter. Feels better, I think. Few taps from the rubber mallet to be sure. More run out than needed, wanted or acceptable. Some old thread as a drawbar. I modified, shortened my previous drawbar put on the wood lathe a couple of videos ago. But trust me, I have plans to make a new one day. A washer with a hole that is too big, a little mistake, and that's why we need a second washer. This would be so much easier with a spindle lock, or maybe a thrust bearing will also help. It looks a bit wonky, but that doesn't matter with the slow speeds my lathe runs at. Shit. Forget about it, that screw is not coming out. Maybe I can force it back into alignment, sorta.
Whoa. Oops. Almost perfect.
I always clean the bed a little before moving the slides. Let's screw this thing up a little. The screw will stay a little bit offset, but that shouldn't matter. It's only for a wood lathe, and some runout is probably artistically correct. My trademark bad surface finish. It's not getting any better, but who cares? I don't. And it's only for a wood lathe, for fuck's sake. And now truing up the OD. Result. The back of the screw chuck will be machined on the other lathe. And now we go to my other vintage Kerger lathe. The top slide should still be set to the correct taper angle, so that will save some time. Some run out, but it's all good. Again, it's only for a wood lathe. Precision is very optional. It actually doesn't look that bad. Maybe this will work. I decided to use a bolt for some tailstock support. Probably one of my better ideas, if I do say so myself. And now, throwing up the back of the screw chuck. Same insert, similar lathe, same crappy surface finish. But hey, there is beauty in consistency. A bit more to go. And now recutting the taper. And this is where it all goes sideways for me. Too bad, but it was to be expected. Again, consistency. If you follow this series of videos, you know I shouldn't go smaller than 17.25 millimeters. Such a bummer. It might actually have worked if I didn't try and rush myself. But at least now we know what I will be doing in my next video. Make a new screw chuck that will screw on to the spindle. Should also be a bit stronger. But it does involve single point threading, and I like to avoid that as much as possible. Well, that's it for me. Till next time, stay safe and watch out for Corona. She's a real bitch.